Jimin and Jeyeon were giving me couple energy, and I'm not even kidding. Their first scene before stepping out on their final date was Jimin asking her what time she went to bed because they kept texting each other late into the night. If she didn't like Jimin, she wouldn't be sending and responding to his messages that late. The fact that she did meant she enjoyed it, and her heart must have fluttered a lot. The only message she didn't reply to was the one he sent that morning, and that's just because she was getting ready for their date. That tiny detail alone set the tone of where they were at emotionally. Everything about their final day together felt so sincere and heartwarming. In the car, when Jimin asked if there was any other date she had felt jealous of, she said none. Meaning she really loved her time with Jimin. Did you also notice something? Remember her first official date with Woo Jae back in episode 4? She was trying to find out his ideal type and even mentioned that Jimin had told her the guys talked about it. And Woo Jae's reaction? He brushed it off, said he didn't remember, then changed the topic. But fast forward to now, with Jimin, she asks what he talked about with the guys, and he immediately, confidently says, "I told them I loved it when you approached me first." And she smiled. She loved hearing that, and that contrast. Huge. This was the episode where Jeyeon shined the most. It was almost like she became more alive. She was talkative, glowing, relaxed, none of that usual shy hesitations. Jimin brought her out of her shell in a way no one else had. She even said she wanted to watch him do those imaginary pull-ups, like come on, she was having fun, ha ha ha. The fact that she also called him a puppy trying to be a fox was hilarious. And bro, Jimin's flirting skills are all in the whispers. OMG. I love whispers too, lol. If you want to flirt with me, just whisper in my ears, haha. Jokes aside though, you just know Jane's heart was racing in that movie theater. Their facial expressions, their tone of voice, their body language, it all screamed, new couple in love. And honestly, I don't think Jane held back. I think she opened her heart fully to Jimin in this episode. Any lingering doubt she had about him is totally gone. And I just have to say this might be the first time I've genuinely praised someone on a dating show for staying laser-focused on one person from day one all the way through mid-season. Respect to my guy. Normally, I prefer when contestants date around before zeroing in on one person, but Jimin, he's the exception. He's just different. He has been rock solid since day one. No wavering, no playing games, just consistent, respectful, charming and fully invested in Jeyeon. And that's exactly why fans are rooting so hard for him. His heart has been in the right place and he's been transparent the whole way through. And I'm not gonna lie, their date was one of the most heart-fluttering moments I've seen on a dating show in a while. It's just different, it's not too much or too little. It's just kind of soft and tender, giving that slow burn kind of feeling. Almost like you're watching a K-drama. I'd even say it hit harder than some of the best dates on Singles Inferno, lol. It was just the right dose of dopamine. Sweet, swoony, and effortlessly adorable. And don't even get me started on how cute it is when Jimin calls her Jeyeon. During one of their conversations, Jimin said, "Today is our last day, and it doesn't even feel like it." And Jane replied, saying, "The time was too short. It's going to feel weird once it's over." That small moment right there, you could feel the shift. Her gaze softened and lingered, and the way Jimin looked at her, OMG. I can't explain it. He looked at her like she was the only person in the world. I swear, even I fell in love with him right there, no joke. And it just kept building. Jimin said, "I have the most fun when I'm with you. If we do something again, I want to try something more active." And when Jane mentioned she liked amusement parks, he instantly replied, "I'll make that opportunity happen." Like ugh, he's so intentional. I love that. And then Jane suggested they wear uniforms. If you're familiar with Korean dating culture, you know that this style of dating is a huge deal to lovers, especially in those early stages. This means that she wants to bond more with Jimin romantically. They will get to hold each other, have more physical contacts, especially when they're on a scary ride, lol. So for her to even suggest this made me believe that she totally opened up to Jimin, and even Jimin's confidence level was boosted. Did you catch her expression when she asked if he treats his partner differently than others, and he said yes? Her whole face changed. Like, girl. That's the look of someone falling hard. I've never seen her look at Woo Jae like that, not once. I know that look when I see it. She even said she acts differently with her partner too. That kind of exchange is not surface level, that is real connection. That's why I'm genuinely confused how anyone could think Jeyeon would end up with SangYoon. Be serious. She took forever to warm up to Jimin, someone who has been nothing but consistent, and people think she'd suddenly fall for SangYoon because he's a model or because he chose her book. Unreal. One of my best moments was when they sat alone together in that lonely road covered in Jimin's coat, staring into the horizon, but question though, how did production get this shot? Were they really in the bushes? I'm impressed with the filming crew's dedication to their job. Shout out to them. Now back to that precious moment. Having small talks and Jimin gently taps her hand saying they had just 2 hours left. That moment was so good and cute. And do you see how Jimin smiles just looking at their photos? Dang, Jimin is the real deal. And that dessert scene. Sharing the same plate, eye contact so intense I almost fainted. Jeyeon was sending heart arrows left and right, and Jimin was catching and returning every single one. Their eye game was insane. Did you also notice how his voice changed and got a lot lower when he said he'll feel weird when he sees her with someone else after their date? He asked her how he was going to cope starting from the next day and she gave him a bright smile. She was so touched. Then she tells him, "Don't act like you don't know me, okay?" He promised, but judging by the teaser and that signature backrest stress pose, I'm side-eyeing that promise a bit. Same pose he had when she went out with Woo Jae in episode 4. History is repeating itself. Honestly, I can't even say much about their date anymore because everything about it blew my socks off. That dessert scene, their eye game, the conversations were 10 out of 10. These two are locked in, folks. They even held hands in the car, ha ha ha. So much was said with just their eyes without talking too much. And to think this is the same Jeyeon who was laser-focused on Woo Jae in the beginning. Now she's truly responding to Jimin's energy and charm. She's definitely seeing him in a different light, and it shows. They literally talked about how many kids they wanted. Jimin even added that she will make a great mom. And when he added she'll guide her kids well, including her man. Like, wow, who wouldn't fall for that, ha ha ha. The way he sees her is beautiful. Jeyeon later said her favorite part of the date was their conversation, that he kept asking questions and wanted to know more about her. Something Woo Jae, if we're being honest, never really did. If she doesn't pick Jimin in the end, then honestly, that'll be a huge loss. Jimin is basically the blueprint for a great boyfriend, affectionate, intentional, respectful. It's no wonder all the ladies were drawn to him in episode 8. That night, everyone messaged Jimin except Ji-won, like, literally everyone. And now, back to our handsome newest member, who chose Jeyeon's pairing book. She was clearly happy about it, and now, we see they'll go on date in episode 9, and the rumors currently, is that she'll be paired with SangYoon for the next contract dates, where he will sweep her off her feet and she'll match with him in the end. I won't lie, all these rumors sound ridiculous to me. I'm genuinely curious how that'll unfold. Because right now, the picture isn't matching, lol. But as usual, I always expect the unexpected even though this one is unimaginable. No shade to SangYoon, he's handsome and he seems to have a playful personality, but he doesn't have the type of charisma that Jimin possesses. If he wants to be seen as a real contender, he's going to have to bring major energy in episode 9. I'm talking full court press, ha ha ha. I am looking forward to getting to know him before I can even start considering the possibility of them being a couple in the end. How much more in real life, lol. Two key things also happened in this episode. First, when Ji-won spilled hot tea on herself, Woo-jae took care of her while Jeyeon watched from the side. She knew that was what he had to do, but she looked a bit sad. It seems she was letting go of him already by day 2 of the contract date. Which is why I believe she was able to fall for Jimin so hard on the 3rd day. Then when she got back from her date and Woo-jae was asking her questions about her date, it seems she was uncomfortable. She actually cut the conversation short and said she wanted to go to the bathroom. I don't know, something just felt off. Was she trying to move on from Woo-jae? If she does, will she give SangYoon a chance and fall for him like she did with Woo-jae? Love at first sight? I guess we'll soon find out. Second, Chonghwan finally gets a date with Jeyeon. I've always been curious what that pairing would look like, and now we finally get to see it. I'm excited. So what do you think about Jimin and Jeyeon's connection in this episode? Do you believe she'll genuinely fall for SangYoon, especially after that little sad look she gave when their fake relationship ended in the car? She was even pouty because she could no longer see their lovey-dovey messages anymore, hahaha. Or do you think she'll surprise us and fall for Chanhyung, lol? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and like the video.